Hello YouTube, Robert Alvarez, the Psychic Witch, and I have the honor and pleasure of being joined by both Apollo the Kitten and his sibling and littermate, Sekhmet the Kitten. Oh, now you start to move when I stroke you. Oh, isn't that funny? Look at this cuteness. I cannot stand it. I'm like, I just cannot stand it. And the unfortunate thing is, because I'm going to do a spread, I'm going to need them to go, but not right this second. But for right now, I want to welcome all of you to my video for the February 2025 entry of Llewellyn's 2025 Tarot Calendar. I love this teal, and I've come to realize that the borders are always this gold color. Same thing with the characters. You know, tarot is definitely a darker gold, whereas Llewellyn's 2025 and calendar and insight spreads and tips are more white. And of course by Charles Harrington, got to put that in gold. But yes, so let me go to February 2025. And we have, actually, it's funny because I've never seen, I think this is the first time in a calendar that I've seen so little for a particular month. I mean, it just has the focus on the card and the spread, and that's pretty much it, but I'm not complaining. And certainly not Drake, who's more commonly known as my awesome audiovisual person for my YouTube videos, because this means this video will be shorter, which means it'll take him faster to render, but I digress. So we have the Three of Pentacles from the Celestial Unicorn Tarot. I have come to appreciate and love and adore and honor and happily work with the unicorns, courtesy of the Michelle Swan Graham, whose YouTube channel is Swan of Dreamers. And I will tell you that working with her and learning about unicorns from her has helped me realize that they're always around me. And it's so funny because every time I would go grocery shopping or non-grocery shopping, like shopping for things, or every time I'd run errands and I would see unicorns, I would take a photograph and send it to her. And then eventually I realized, no, Robert, the unicorns that you keep seeing are not for Michelle, they're for you. Who'd have thunk it, right? Right. Anyway, the Three of Pentacles from the Celestial Unicorn Tarot by... Who wrote this? Who illustrated this? Let me see. Written by Leeza Robertson and Callista, illustrated by Eugene Smith. Now, I already have every tarot deck that Mr. Smith has illustrated, so this is the next one for me to buy. We don't need to master every skill and complete every task all by ourselves. The Three of Pentacles suggests we reach out for help and blend our skills with those around us to succeed sustainably. Now, unfortunately, before I go any further, I have no other choice but to remove these cute little kitties. Oh my Lord, you are such a big boy, Apollo. I love you, I love you, I love you, and I'm so sorry. And of course you. I know, I'm so sorry. I love you. Oh, I got my workout for the day, I'm telling you. Although she's not as heavy as Apollo, she's filling out. So I'm going to use the Modern Witch Tarot deck by Lisa Sterl, one of my newer favorite tarot decks. But anyway, let me talk to you about the spread. Your very own fairy tale. When we are young, or in some cases younger, fairy tales dare us to dream of tall castles, frightening beasts, and royalty in need of rescuing. When we grow up, the simplicity of their structure can give us fresh perspective by showing us the myth we are living in. The following spread is based on iconic fairy tale archetypes, but you can modify it to suit the story you feel connected to right now. Given its whimsical nature, this is an ideal spread when reading for young children. Rather than explaining each positional meaning, Simply begin by telling the story that you see in the card, describing the attitude of the young hero and the comforting nature of the helper. After each card, you can ask them what you think the hero should do, or invite them to tell you what they think will happen next in the story. So even though this is a recorded video, I'm going to make it a little interactive with all of you. So, so it's a 6-card spread, and the cards are in the formation of a small circle, or a diamond, if you will. And for the record, this deck has an exclusive card. If you know, you know. IYKYK. And I know that a lot of you in YouTube land have this tarot deck, so you know what the exclusive card is. Okay. 3 piles. Put them back together as I'm guided and led. And of course, this is a spread that I'm doing on behalf of the collective. And interestingly enough, the cards are dealt in reverse order. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And those of you that have had readings with me, you know that whether I'm using a tarot deck, an oracle card deck, or a Lenormand deck, or any other deck for that matter, I will take the bottommost card and the remaining cards, and that will be the final message card. Begin by saying, once upon a time. Our card number 1, our hero, your present self, and preparing for the journey. So once upon a time, our hero was consumed by financial worries. And our hero, or our Hera, the feminine form of hero, remained stuck in being consumed by financial worries until the helper came along. Card number 2, people, resources, or ideas that will be beneficial to you, the collective. The Judgment card. So here's what's interesting about this card. So in some tarot decks, this card is called the Final Judgment. Maybe our hero is presented with an idea. And the idea is, you know what? I'm going to stop being consumed by financial worries. I'm going to stop living in poverty consciousness. I'm going to expand my prosperity consciousness, my abundance consciousness, my wealth consciousness, so that I can go from being stuck and mired in financial worry to attracting the financial resources that I need to help me along my journey. And then we have card number 3. The road ahead, the hero or the Hera's first step forward. The Devil. Remembering to refrain from worrying about money, refraining from worrying about sex, refraining from worrying about the lack of sex or the lack of sexual available partners, or the lack of anything that moves the hero or the Hera forward with anything they want to create, with anything they want to plant, inseminate, if you will. And then we have card number 4, how appropriate, it's all the way at the bottom. The Wicked One, the hero's shadow, the obstacle they must overcome. 4 of Cups, resisting the emotional healing. Traditionally, this card represents something unexpected coming to the querent's life. But now more than ever, I look at the Four of Cups as emotional healing already in progress. So by surrendering fears and worries and even attachments to money, to sex, to companionship, to anything that keeps one stuck, and moving forward in being more emotionally healed, more emotionally fulfilled, more emotionally available, more emotionally balanced, grounded, centered. Then, card number 5, the transformation. What the hero must do to end the conflict. And it is the Ace of Cups. Love yourself. Celebrate yourself. Bask in your divine nature. Bask in your divinity, in your divine energy. And I love that it depicts a blue heart. So here we have a blue heart, which is symbolically connecting the heart chakra to the throat chakra. Sorry, I tapped the microphone by mistake to all of you YouTube land. If you got a... I apologize. But yes, here we have a blue heart. So we have this sacred bridge, if you will, between the heart chakra and the throat chakra. And then card number 6, the treasure. The journey's end. What is possible if you undertake the journey at this time? The Knight of Pentacles. Moving towards the money, moving towards the prosperity, to the wealth, to the abundance. And notice how we began with a Pentacles card, we concluded with a Pentacles card. But we came from a place of lack, limitation, hardship, and we arrived at a place of action, motivation, intention, and motion. Even though the horse is not yet in motion, the rider is preparing to move in motion, to gallop. And of course, the final message card, the epilogue, or the moral of the story, if you will, is the 8 of Pentacles. You cannot make up this shit. You just cannot make up this shit. The 8 of Pentacles is the card of the apprentice. The hero, or the Hera, is learning how to magnify, how to augment their prosperity, their financial stability, their financial solvency. And now I can finish by saying, and they lived happily ever after. So I'm going to ask Drake, more commonly known as my awesome audiovisual person for my YouTube videos, to pan the camera back up to yours truly. I want to thank Llewellyn Publications for continuing to publish their tarot calendars. This is the one and only annual offered by Llewellyn Publications. They have a bazillion witches annuals, from their Spell a Day Almanac to their witches calendar to their witches date book. They have Western astrology annuals. They have annuals on essential oils. They have annuals on herbology, on herbs, and they have annuals on cats and mystical creatures, but they only have one tarot-themed annual, and this is the one. Some of you who follow me on Instagram know that I had a problem with magic.com the year before last, which is why, 2023 or last year, which is why now I only purchase something that is published by the publisher themselves, unless I have no other choice and I need to buy it from another website, like a third-party seller. But I am very happy that Llewellyn Publications is continuing to publish this calendar number 1, that they are continuing to offer this for sale, for purchase, and of course to Charles Harrington, who now has replaced the Barbara Moore in writing the insights, spreads, and tips. I want to thank Lisa Sturl for creating a beautiful tarot deck the Modern Witch Tarot, and of course to all of you in YouTube land for all the likes, comments, shares, and subscriptions to my YouTube channel. And an extra big and beautiful thank you to those of you who have already scheduled your sessions. I've already conducted my first readings of 2025, the year of mountains of millions of dollars, and I already have appointments scheduled as far in advance as May, but I still have availability this month, what's left of it, January 2025, as well as February and March of 2025. So far, I have nothing scheduled in April, which I find fascinating and unusual, but I digress. So as always, stay in tune with your intuition. Stay safe, stay well, stay hydrated, and stay tuned for the next video.